Okay, hey there everybody. Looks like that's working. Okay. Alright. Welcome to another Wednesday stream. I think for now, I'm just gonna jump straight into this. But yeah, we're gonna continue playing a little bit more of this, trying to sort of learn the ropes of it. Like I said, I forget a lot whenever I take a hiatus from this or whatever for whatever reason. But what seems to be the case right now is that actually dragons might have gotten either a buff or they're just a lot stronger than they used to be in some ways. Large monster type things seem like they're again strong, so they usually are. There's quite often times where they are, but there's also periods of time where they get killed quite quickly. So I think using them is going to be something that you sort of want to do. Alright, we're on a standard land battle. We're on the Sword of Torgald, which is pretty open. Let's see who we are up against here. So we tried out Phoenix Guard, and they did not work out very well for us. So I'm wondering if we try, like, 0 elite strategies, and I'm wondering what the hell we would use to actually kill, kill any of the sort of, hey there, Egg. Yeah, let's go indeed. Let's try and figure out, like, what we would maybe actually use to maybe kill stuff when we're playing without elite infantry. And I'm guessing it's going to have to be, like, something stupid. So, for example, like, can you actually kill something with Shadow Warriors? Because they rarely get cost-efficient. Shadow Walkers, ridiculously expensive. Like, they're pretty good in a lot of ways, but they're very, very expensive for what they are. 1,100 for this is very high cost. Considering that they've got like 20 ammunition with a relatively medium strength bow with a small unit size. It's not a lot of range damage that you're getting out of them. Yeah, we'll lock in... I'm guessing Wagenlia... Oh, wait, what? I was expecting orcs, honestly. Alright, we're up against Empire. I think I'm going to go try hard this game. I think that makes more sense than trying other stuff. I think that these auras do stack, so we'll go ahead and grab another view. Okay. And then for some anti-cav. This will give us a pretty wide, pretty big army. We've got 0 spellcasting. Which is kind of probably fine here. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, 0 elites. Like, white lines are supposed to be kind of elite, but in this game they've made them kind of mid-tier. I guess that's the sort of interval. I kind of wish that they had made these guys, like, have some of the traits that you would really want to see from a white line unit. Like, they used to have these really high damage attacks against monsters, so they'd have this very, very, very large bonus versus large sort of thing. But, obviously don't have that in this version. So, big things that I'd be afraid of with this, like, this would get really, really badly wrecked if he's got, like, a bunch of big, scary, tough units. This matchup? Yes. Empire is a matchup which I kind of hate and kind of think is kind of interesting. The main problem is, like, Empire can just take, like, a Hellblaster volley gun, and it basically just counters your entire roster. I should probably actually be taking way more cav and way less infantry, but I want to try this out with, like, lots of sort of chaff infantry, but there's really nothing that their chaff infantry is going to do in this fight. They're not really great in a fight against Empire State Infantry. Like, they'll win, but you would hope they would win because they cost a lot more. Like, your archers aren't going to necessarily, like, crush Crosswoman or anything, though they will win. They just cost a lot more. That's kind of the theme of this battle. It's like, you've got stuff that will win in a one-on-one fight, but you're fighting, like, about a 2v3, usually. Two of the High Elf units versus 3 of the Empire units. And if he goes 50-50 on infantry, equal numbers, he's going to have, like, a ton of really expensive cannons and stuff like that that just instant wipe your units. Whereas if I go bolt throwers, the bolt throwers do not instant wipe his units. He can take, like, whatever he wants and not be afraid of my artillery killing him. And that is, again, a thing I think I would really like to see is like the Skycutter chariots, because it would let me have some good cavalry and monster hunting artillery, where they're able to sort of like get over units and fire at them point blank sort of thing. I think that would really help in this sort of matchup. It would also let me sort of have a unit that could hunt down and kill the a bunch of the Empire flyers and stuff like that, but
it shall be done.
All right.
Acknowledged. It shall be done. Spearmen. We will obey. Archers. Without fail.
So the White Lions here are mostly just in case I have to do some armor cracking, while they're still pretty effective. Like, they're kind of all-rounders the way they've been statted up in this game, which I don't think is exactly what they should be, honestly. I kind of think that they should be more specialized, but you get what you get. Alright. So these two, we're just going to tuck them in between these bolt throwers here. Crater of Death map. Yeah, this map is kind of interesting. It's basically like an open map with a little bit of stuff going on. Could be a little bit more interesting.
Understood.
I need to do some testing. I find the multi-shot round sometimes is better against artillery, sometimes it's not.
Very well.
Let's start firing at these war wagons here.
Alifa Na.
Empire Knights. Is that a... Where's this general?
For duty. Acknowledged. We go. Swiftly. Usher, advance. Acknowledged.
Okay.
As you say.
This is a very strange army my opponent has taken here.
Now. Silver helms.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
For the Shadowlands.
Oh.
March.
Well, that sucked.
To battle.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
I give the orders. For order. Oreo. By Assyrian. For Offwan. Make Ulquan proud. We will obey. Following orders. Oreo. By Alario. March. Assyrian.
Alright, we are doing some pretty good jobs against these dudes here. Archers got wrecked, that's fine.
Sundered.
His general is taking a lot of damage from this focus fire,
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
which I'm okay with.
It will be done. Sinner. Serve the king. Weapons ready. For Assyria. At once. To battle.
Alright, let's try and get these guys a little bit.
Archers. For order. Silver helms. March. By your command. Nagareth.
Okay, his general is in some deep trouble here.
Illyrian Reavers.
Are those demigriffs? I thought I saw demigriffs somewhere.
Alifa Na.
Ouch.
Sister of Avalon.
Swiftly. For Ulfwan.
No, those are Empire Knights, okay.
Silver helms. For Ulfwan.
Okay, his general is pretty much done for here, I think.
Guardian. Asa. Attack.
Urifer. Curse all
Would love it if I could finish this guy off here. That would be
as you say.
quite nice.
Orders understood. For duty. Apace. Without fail. Death to all. For order. For our ancestors.
Alright, this one's going well.
Mercer. Forward. Lacoy. For Northern.
Actually, let's aim at these guys here.
Alifa Na.
Oh, nope, got him.
Glory awaits.
Okay, let's do this.
Handmaiden of Alario.
Attack!
Boom, got a hit.
Archers. Understood. For Asurian.
Alright,
To battle.
these war wagons are
Draw back. Orders received.
just about dead, I think.
Asurian willing.
Oh, he broke through here.
Warrior maiden.
Archers. Make Ulthuan proud. We advance.
Alright, so a bunch of our stuff is just gone here.
Handmaiden of the
I'm
Everqueen.
gonna actually throw you into melee against these guys here. In the meantime,
To glory.
looks like those guys have broken.
For duty. Serve the king.
Let's get another charge down this way.
It shall be done.
Alright, those swordsmen are down.
Eagle claw. Draw back. Ancestors. Alifa Na. Yes. Orders received. To the fray.
Sigmar's sons are unbreakable, so they're not going to leave this fight, unfortunately.
Eagle claw.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
For our ancestors. Eagle claw. Loyal. Illyrian Ravens.
Okay, let's send that after them.
For duty. Vengeance. As you say. Honor bound. Archers. Orders received.
Okay,
Archers. Understood.
switch target to them.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
For order.
I've got this full cav unit here that I've had this entire time, I think.
Loyal. Kill them.
Alright,
Draw back. Understood. Battle calls.
just two of the Sigmar's sons guys left.
For the Ever Queen.
Oh, let's hit them.
For Lothan. Ancestors. For Asurian. Orifan. Lacoy.
Alright, this is going well. Is everyone British? Mostly the orcs
Attack.
are canonically like the English. That's the most sort of classic one. Everyone else is a little bit British in some ways. Let me go over the roster here. Like, a lot of the people's voice actings in this are quite British, but let's go over the roster, actually. I forgot to check how my units were doing. Ah, well. So, let's see here. Different factions. Beastmen... I don't think that they're really necessarily that British. I think they're supposed to be kind of like the various European myths about like various things in the forest that are dangerous. The Bretonnians are actually French. Demons of Chaos don't really have a great analog to anything. Dark Elves are Canadians. Dwarves are Scottish. So that is British. Yeah, that one would be British. Empire is German. Grand Cathay is China. Greenskins are England. High Elves are posh England, I guess, kind of. So, I guess they're kind of British. Khorne is not really British. Kislev is like Poland, Russia, Ukraine, all those sort of places, all mixed together. Lizardmen is Mayan. Norska is Swedes and Norway and stuff like that. Nurgle, not really anything. Ogre Kingdoms is the Mongols for some reason. The Dark Elves. The Dark Elves live in Canada. The Dark Elves live in Canada. You know. Let's see here. The Skaven... I don't think there's a great analog for Skaven as far as, like, real cultures. Same with Slash. Tomb Kings are Egyptian. Zinch doesn't really have a great one. Vampire Coast is like Trinidad, Barbados, you know, all those pirates. They're kind of British. Vampire counts as like sort of Transylvanian, East European, Southeastern European. What, you don't see like Canada and Dark Elves? Let's see here. Warriors of Chaos is also kind of Norse. Wood Elves are kind of like the Celtic European myth about that sort of stuff. Yeah, you don't see like this is pretty much Canada. I mean, if you look at Nagaroth, let's go into campaign for a second here. Sure, let's give this a shot here. So, Dark Elves.
I seek my birthright.
Let's see, can we see where they are on the map? Now let's just hit this. Oh, here we go, map. Yeah, so this is the old world and the new world. So down here you got like Lustria and stuff like that. This would be roughly where you get like Mexico, but honestly, like you know, Lizardman is all throughout South America, all the way into like Mexico. Then you've got like Ulthuan, which is like weird Atlantis that doesn't have any real analog. There's Albion, which is actual England. There's like Norway, Sweden, Finland, that kind of stuff up here. There's like, you know, the Empire, France, stuff like that. And there you have the Dark Elves over in Canada. You know, you got the Dark Pines, you got the Unending Winter. You know, it's Canada. So yeah, that's you know, the Canadian representation that we all desire as Canadians, I guess, or something like that. It's kind of like how, as far as I can understand it, like the Cadians in Warhammer 40k are like the version of Canadians in Warhammer 40k. I mean, I don't see how this roster just doesn't scream Canadian to you, like, you know. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely what we see up here on a fairly, you know, regular basis. Yeah, I think that's one of those sort of instances of like, God, yeah, sure. I don't think that that's the best time to use that emote given the context. Maybe, who knows. Yeah, I think the more sort of like typical analog that people compare the Dark Elves to is kind of like the Americans, actually, which makes more sense in some ways, because like if you think of the High Elves as like the sort of high class British and stuff like that, then you've got the people who rebelled against them and are like those sort of slave trading colonies and stuff like that. That'd be the States more than anything, but they positioned them in a place that's much more like Canada for some reason. It's kind of one of those sort of weird situations there. Mind you, America doesn't want to, like, invade Great Britain, so... Well, maybe they do. Who knows? It's up to them. Alright, what are we up against here? Need to remember to take these guys more often. Alright, locked in race. We're up against Slaanesh. Okay. I actually don't really have, like, great answers against Slaanesh, honestly. I feel like they're kind of a rough ride for High Elves in a lot of ways. I think we take Tyrion here to get the Malhander. I think, actually, we start off with a mage, and I think what we want is, like, a Vortex spell and then lots of, like, Cav and stuff. Right now, I don't have much good advice. I haven't played enough of this right yet to be in on the know of what's going on. Are you talking more, though, about, like, multiplayer, or are you talking about more, like, single player? I also have to point out, like, my single player playstyle is actually apparently kind of weird compared to what a lot of people do. I have beaten most of them on, like, the hardest difficulty, but the way I play this game is apparently quite strange. So we're going to try and get some dwellers on some stuff here. Gonna just go with like some cav and stuff like that, and what we're going to try and do is like get him to mosh pit against some monsters and stuff like that that are just holding on. And then we're gonna throw down like dwellers on top of all of that. I think that's what we're gonna try and do here. I'm actually gonna get one of these too. And then we'll have some of these guys just sort of out in the wings maybe. Maybe one of these guys. I think Slaanesh is kind of vulnerable to like missile units if I've got like fast running missile units that can sort of kite against them. So we'll try something like that. I'm not gonna have the I don't have the like actions per minute or anything like that to actually keep up with a strategy like this though. So this is gonna be a struggle, guys. Okay, and we'll want just some guys to stand on points. Okay. If you're talking about like campaign, I think one of the big things that a lot of players don't do is they overly neglect their economy. If you're getting good eco builds going, you can actually go with fairly few provinces and ramp up quite quickly, whereas if you're sort of overly concerned with just making sure you always are expanding, you can end up falling behind if you're doing that at the expense of not getting proper buildings. So that's sort of my general opinion on campaign. Like figuring out how to make the most money out of each individual province with the least expenditure. Not being afraid of like going into rebellion. That sort of stuff I think is stuff that I tend to do. I think it's really easy to fall into the trap of being like, I can make a lot more money if I keep building these big armies and going out and attacking stuff, and then you end up with this sort of stretched out empire where none of your provinces are actually all that profitable because you don't really have anything in there that's earning money, and you're paying for like 10 armies to just defend it all. You need to make sure that like everything that you have you can defend with an army that costs less than the amount of money that you're earning out of the province. Another thing that I sort of would find, I think newer players tend to do is they'll build forts and use that to defend their provinces, which works, but I would actually usually recommend trying as hard as you can to defend it with armies, because you can then switch to attacking when you want to. Whereas when you're sort of like stuck with just a whole bunch of walls and stuff like that, you're sort of stuck with that. You can't attack with that or do anything flexible with it or go to a different province to defend. So that's stuff I'll recommend. The other thing I'd recommend is not necessarily playing for the victory conditions, because they're kind of arbitrary. I would usually try to find a better sort of... I would try to find some way to sort of find a condition that I wanted to fulfill and then go for that instead. A lot of the time, the actual victory conditions are kind of bullshit.
Sunfang lusts for battle.
If you're talking about like multiplayer, I don't know the meta at all right now, but I do think it is like have really tough, really cost efficient units sitting on the point, and then just have whatever support stuff your particular faction sort of specializes in to sit around with. What are we up against here? Sigvald? I wonder who wins in a fight, Sigvald or Tyrion? Kind of curious about that. Alright, he's got a Shadow Wizard there. Yeah, got some Devoted Marauders. It's all fine. I think he's got a high missile block chance. I don't think we go after him. What? I thought he was using like his whatever it's called, actual like demon point things. All right.
For duty, onward! By Alario, setting forth.
Let's see here.
Onward! Asa, move!
Let's see. I think we get another one of these. Just send it up here.
Swiftly! Heir of Anarion. Yes. Sword of the Asur.
Alright, let's try using this. Let's see what happens.
For duty. Eager for battle. Very well.
Mage! Afua! Bend to my will!
It shall be done. Spearman.
Okay, let's bring you guys out.
Valyrian archers. For Asurion. Unithar. I shall. We will obey.
Lakoi Sarior!
This Forsaken are going to be a real unfortunate thing for me to be fighting on this point. I think we got the Charge Reflect off against them, though. So I think there is that. Yeah, my stuff's starting to rot.
Understood. We advance. Draw back.
Yeah, these things don't really do very much damage against people like Sigvald, apparently. And I don't have enough magic to really pull this off, I don't think. I guess I needed to just skirmish around him for way longer. How did he catch that?
It will be done. Lakoi.
Interesting. Usually those sort of units are like good enough at sort of keeping themselves safe for a while.
Asurion guides us.
That's not too big a deal.
Orders! Moving out! Scython, hear me!
Kill Team, I kind of saw a little bit about that. I haven't seen...
Onward!
A lot of those games I tend to think are not that great, but... sometimes they do end up surprising me.
Orion. For duty.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting swamped here. This is kind of something that does happen a lot when you're playing against Slaanesh. They just sort of swamp you.
Glory awaits.
They have a limited roster, but their roster is actually quite good for what they're doing. What is their sorcerer doing? That is super
Turn up
weird.
chariots. Asa, withdraw.
On the other hand, Tyrion seems to be holding, which is good.
Unify. For the king.
Yeah, I don't have anything that can hold back this infantry stuff.
For order. We will obey.
I probably need to bring spearmen to deal with this stuff. I think Tyrion is basically done for. I don't have any way to support him here.
Maintaining order!
I can get another one of these things off, though. Which is potentially good.
Champion of Alaria.
Come on, let me
Immediately.
press buttons. Kill Team on tabletop? Yeah, I haven't really heard of that.
My power is yours!
I think he mostly missed there.
We will obey. For duty. Move.
Ulthwyn Mage!
Asa, withdraw.
Ah, that's bad timing. Okay, hopefully he gets held in place for just long enough for that Dwellers to go off.
Pull back.
But we're pretty much screwed here, I think. Caught a little bit of his stuff in that, but a lot less than I would have liked. Yeah, Tyrion's basically screwed here.
Understood.
I go then!
Yeah, these guys are just very one-dimensional, but they're very good at being one-dimensional.
Ready and able.
You can't go any like ranged units at all against Slaanesh, which is kind of gross, honestly.
It
But
is done.
yeah, no, this is definitely a win for him.
Orion!
This is one of the matchups that I kind of know is one of the really hard ones. Looks like I do actually beat Sigvald though with Tyrion, because like he had a lot more help, and he's been hitting Tyrion for a while now. Just has not been able to sort of crack through him all that well. Now they're sort of fighting one-on-one. I still have Hearts of Avalorn, I think. Pretty sure. Although he's not taking any damage at all. I guess because our guy's tired, so... But yeah, this battle pretty much done for you. Oops. Alright.
You have been bested.
So that style of strategy is actually... Oh, that was a lot of kills, actually. That style of strategy works, I think, better for... what's it called? Who the heck are they called? Cathay. The way that you do that sort of strategy with Cathay, and it works quite well against Slaanesh, is that you sort of build up slowly on like one point with a whole bunch of your big clay guys, your terracottas, because this thing is relatively inexpensive and is super durable. So even if they're spamming things that are anti-large, you can have that there, and then you can have a couple of guys sort of in the air, your Shigangan Lord, and just have it casting vortex spells on top of it. And anything that's like trying to focus down the terracottas just gets absolutely wrecked by that. Might need dragons for that with Hiles, but they're not as cost effective. Because they're quite bloody expensive, if I'm totally honest with you. Yeah, the one that costs about the same as the Sun Dragon, it is a lot weaker. You might have to just commit hard and go like Star Dragons with a dragon. You might have to go triple dragon. Which seems crazy because you don't have any capability doing that. This is dumb. Okay. I still don't prefer this format, honestly, compared to like regular land battles in a lot of ways. Who are we up against? Vampire Coast. Okay. Let's try actually a mage. Let's try like a Moon Dragon Flame Mage, see if this has anything good going on. It's quite a lot of decent damage spells. That's kind of what the school's about, though. Okay. I think that'll be decent enough there. We won't have any healing the way we're going. I'm not going to bother taking Rangers. They don't ever seem to work out for me. I think we go like one of these or two of these, and then the rest Cav. I think I might even drop one of these guys to get more Cav. Wait a minute, not you. This can actually be quite good with like the Loathsome Sea Guard, but I'm just actually gonna get Veterancy. Alright, Reinforcing Army is gonna be lots and lots of Cav. Go full monster. You're actually capped on flyers in this game. You cannot take that many. So I can take quite a few, but I can't take that many. Like you can see even these Silver Helms, they're capped at 5. Flying units are also capped, so I can take like, I think 3 total. So I've got the Flying General there, and I've got like that, but I could go like a couple of Sun Dragons. Like that would be something I'm allowed to do. And then I don't know, just guess that. Even if I could use 20 dragons, I wouldn't be able to afford it. They're pretty expensive. So I think the play here is if I can get like yeah, I think the thing to do here would be if I could get it, like hit their general with or something like that with the a fire spell, which activates Kindle Flame, which makes it so that all of his enemies, all of his units have a weakness to fire of 20%. And then you can sort of like slam in these guys with their attacks or with their breath attacks, and it's going to cause a whole ton of extra damage. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to be able to do with those extra fire dragons. The problem here, of course, is that fire dragons are going to be expensive to get onto the field, but once they're there, I think we can do some pretty interesting stuff with that combo. Especially because we could like drop piercing bolts of burning on top of them if they're fighting a cluster of stuff. The real problem is going to be like, again, his ranged units are going to be a lot better than mine for this sort of situation. I think against these guys, you might even just want to be best off with like a rush strat or something like that. Basically, this is another one where it's like the ideal is figuring out how to avoid getting artillery to death. And I think we can do that by like breathing Dragon Fire on top of his artillery, even though we'll take a lot of damage going in. But if he doesn't have a ton of gunners, or his gunners are like sort of out of position a little bit, we can probably kill them pretty quickly. Well, not that quickly. Their guys are unbreakable, so that is the kink in that sort of plan. Alright.
Lothern Seaguard.
Alright. So we have to think about which 2 points we want to really go for here. I'm thinking just arbitrarily, like left, I guess. And then center. Can you Horde Army the High Elves? Not effectively. Their low-cost units are all very cost-ineffective. They lose against equivalent units. The best way to do that, actually, is in campaign. If you're in campaign, you can actually Horde High Elves pretty effectively, because you just sort of go for huge mobs of archers, is what a lot of people do, and then a couple mages or stuff like that. Whereas a lot of factions, their death stacks are like monsters or stuff like that. For High Elves, it's like the Handmaidens. I probably could have actually gone for Malith. This is my first time on this map, I just realized. I could have gone for a melee rush or a closer range sort of composition here. Oh well, it's fine.
It shall be done. Spearman. Lothern Seaguard. Loyal.
So we could potentially sort of throw out some cav over here or something like that, but I think this is we sort of like calmly wait till we can get some dragons and then get in a big scuffle in this forest here, where we're not going to get hit by like artillery and stuff like that. So whatever we're fighting in the forest, we're fighting in the forest, and we're not getting like outside bullshit happening. This is a weird map. This is kind of interesting. I kind of think this one's not good again, because it's again one where very limited sight lines, but it actually has got points where you could have like a cannon here and it would cover like both of these. So it's kind of more interesting for that. Oh jeez, what the hell was that? Oh no. Okay, well, I did a thing. That was an accident. It's fine. We'll live. And my opponent's got, like, depth guard. Lots of powerful depth guard here.
As you say. Asa, advance.
Okay, given what he's doing, where he's going, I might actually be best off doing something like that. So what we're going to try and do is just hit some of these guys, especially the Reaver deck guard. Actually, no. Probably depth guard. Both of them are kind of high priority, high value targets, but I'm going to try and hit these guys from the flank here. Getting a real nice high flight on that. Alright, so we have a dragon soon. He doesn't have a ton of shooting with this. See, that was a good hit with that. Quite like that.
Eagle claw. Understood.
You switch this over. He has got a Necrofex Colossus with a gun. He's got a couple guns, actually.
I summon the winds!
This is a fairly spread out breath attack compared to the other ones, so this actually should work okay.
Forward. For duty.
That actually did pretty poorly. Kind of surprised. That, on the other hand, really nice hit.
Disciple of Hoeth.
Silver helms.
Yeah, we're doing some really hefty damage here. I'm actually kind of so happy with the way this is going.
Spearman.
And my opponent has decided to just sort of like camp out in these woods here.
Victory point. Keep it from the foe.
Let that unit of depth guard go.
Master of sorcery.
Okay, that burning head did pretty good damage.
Destiny sends me.
I think we can practically finish these guys off here. Gonna give that a try.
True magic!
We're gonna try and get more just units over to the other side here.
Without fail.
I kind of should have waited for another dragon, actually.
Orders received.
So we got a point, we got 2 points.
Apace. Assyrian guides us.
The fortunate sort of thing that's going on is that his gun doesn't seem to actually do very much damage, even though I'm standing like right over top of this guy.
Eagle claw. For Ulthuan.
Carried by the winds.
And I think we can just sort of like chill until we win here, I guess. Opponent's just not fighting back. Yeah, let's these dragons have a lot less damage on these. That's fine, I guess.
Magic's unleashed!
Asya, attack!
Lothern Seaguard.
Queen Bess is gonna immediately wreck our shit. Look at that. Jesus. It's just like, oh, it's Queen Bess. That's the end of 2 of my units. Jesus.
Lothern Seaguard. For duty. Moving out. Unithar. It shall be done. Aurea. Apace.
That is a lot of stuff he sent over there.
My journey continues.
Serve the king. Sir, attack.
Yeah, it's basically just a very concentrated hit on this side here.
Behold my power.
That's got some range to it.
Woeful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back.
Lothern Seaguard. Asa, attack. Assyrian willing.
Alright, so back here, this is going as it's going. These
Lothern
guys,
Seaguard.
I'm just gonna get them on the point here.
Spearmen. March. Lothern Seaguard. Without fail. Orior.
Alright.
Observe my radiance. A prudent position.
Without fail.
I think he thought that, like,
Spellcaster supreme.
my archers here would be something he could sort of fight with his dudes, but that's not really the case.
Witness true magic.
Understood. For duty.
Not actually sure if I win this that bad. I'm gonna actually hit him and then back off.
It is fated.
Okay, apparently I can't move, so
Lothern Seaguard.
that's a problem. I think something's slowing me.
Where I predicted.
Oh, what the heck? What the hell? Yeah, that's stupid.
Loyal.
Yeah, all these guys broke, actually. I'm surprised that their morale broke there.
Mage ready.
The spell is very spammable. I like that quite a bit.
Lothern Seaguard. We will obey. Acknowledged.
Yes.
Acknowledged. Orior.
Okay.
We will obey.
Oh, he's capping that point as well now.
Illyrian Reaver.
I think that's Hounds probably over there.
For duty. Battle calls.
Okay, I think we're running pretty much out of Winds of Magic here completely.
Violarial.
Okay, Queen Bess is still up and wrecking our shit. Yeah, Wood Elves would actually probably be really broken on this map,
Without fail.
because I think they take less penalty for firing into here.
Draw back. Lothern Seaguard. For
Oh, these are
order.
Depth Guard.
We away.
Depth Guard are kind of overpowered, honestly.
Asa
Right now.
Archmage.
Moving out.
Oh, one of our dragons broke. Yeah, and I'm out of magic. We did a ton of damage, though, with the magic there.
For duty. Orior.
Queen Bess is still fighting a dragon in melee combat. Fantastic.
We will obey. Assyrian willing.
These guys are out of ammo, so it doesn't really matter too much if they're dead.
Silver helms. It shall be done. Kill them.
Assyrians fire.
Yeah, we don't have enough left on our general here to keep using her here.
Archmage repositioning.
For Althwan. Biolarial.
True magic is mine.
Some Morngulls that they've absolutely just spammed on
As
me.
you say, loyal.
Can't really blame him though. Is he still firing with Queen Bess? My god.
Silver helms. Move.
Alright, let's get on there.
Without fail. For Lothar!
Let's try and get those guys on us around here, I guess. I can keep hitting this. It's not going to actually do anything anymore, but makes me feel better about myself.
Lothen Seaguard.
Ow. How is that thing still firing?
Sir Archmage.
Loyal. For the king. Following orders.
Alright, let's get after this. Are those more Morngulls? How does he afford that many? Jesus. I guess I'm buying a bunch of dragons, so I can't complain.
Acknowledged. Assur, withdraw.
Kill them!
Yeah, I think I need something that increases power reserve, which it's at 0, so I literally cannot do it anymore. Good lord. Does this work well? What I'm sort of found, like, the thing that I'm actually noticing most important here is that, like, the Red Dragon's Breath is, like, a lot weaker than the Moon Dragon's Breath. So I definitely want to have a different type of dragon if I'm going to be using breath attacks. Like, that's not that much damage compared to... Like, that's quite low compared to what I would be getting from the other one. I've got tons of points, so I just can't spend them.
Draw back!
We will obey.
One of your units has been destroyed.
Ouch, I think we just got hit by something hard there. So yeah, I do think that I think there's actually some valid, like, elements to this build, though, that I like. But I think we actually go one step further with part of this. So I'm going to concede here.
You have been
I actually think this is one where we, like,
defeat.
go one slight step further in terms of, like, this sort of battle, and probably on this kind of map as well. So I don't think that we take, like, cavalry on this map here. This guy got 126 kills, really? What the hell is this guy? Fleet Captain with Deep. I don't know how he got that many kills. These guys are pretty weak. I got a lot of value, though, off my general. Yeah, Cav was not really the call here. I think I needed to not take that and not take these guys. This is my first time on this map, though, so I didn't really understand what was going on with that, some of it. Dragons, good value off of them, honestly. Even this one, that's actually not that bad. It's not great either, but it's not that bad. Yeah, so I think, actually, if I'm going to be in that sort of scenario where it's definitely going to be up close, I'm not going to get, like, overly artilleried, and we definitely want to be fighting in a ridiculous mash in the woods or something like that. I think what we actually do is something even slightly crazier. So we could have, like, Emmerich here on, like, Menaithner. And this, I think, because it's active, kind of is good, kind of sucks is kind of good. I don't, strictly speaking, I don't think you need this usually. 3 uses plus 24 for the entire army. It's actually quite strong. And then Starlance. So it imbues flammable on your opponents when you're hitting them. Makes so that if you're, like, mashing into them with, like, a bunch of dragons, you're going to be doing a whole bunch of extra damage. If you're activating sort of all of his abilities at once, this really messes with whatever it is you're hitting. His attacks are flaming. They already deal a ton of damage. So you could have, like, that. You could then have, like, a mage here with Lore of Fire, which gives you access to, like, the Sun Dragon and Kindle Flame and all that. So you get rid of that. The one that I think actually was working best here in terms of, like, cost effectiveness was probably Piercing Bolts. Flamestorm's actually quite good, though, as well. But I think you just spam Piercing Bolts. What's the upcast of this actually do? I didn't overcast this because I wasn't sure. Oh, that is risky as hell. That gives you a bigger strike area and more missiles. Okay, well that could be good, I guess. This one I think is more damage. Yeah. This one I think is also more damage. Yeah, and extended effect duration, so those are quite strong. This one you would do because you want it to be like a area of effect. Well, that increased the duration to almost a minute for 12. That's not bad. But I kind of think that that's not really the focus here. I think we just stick with like piercing bolts, because the main thing that we're trying to do is actually cause our... well, I could actually just go fireball if I'm doing that, but fireball kind of sucks in a lot of ways. Yeah, the thing that we would sort of be doing is just spam casting like a good spell that deals some damage into particularly units that are trying to fight against our dragon blob. And then we sort of go with this, and then we kind of get like potentially another star dragon, but this is where you could get a Frostheart Phoenix, because the Blizzard aura, giving that hex to everything in that aura there, could be actually quite strong, because you're not necessarily looking for a third dragon to like really rip things apart. That's Emmeric's job. But we only have like one that's actually doing that, so... Is this a 100% chance nowadays? Chance of unit instantly dying. No, it's still 50-50, I think. Yeah, it'd be nice if these things like had a better reincarnate mechanic that made it so that they're more likely to, or guaranteed to do something, and just didn't like bring them back to full health, but I guess all or nothing is what you're getting. The Moon Dragon honestly had enough breath attack damage that I thought it was actually quite strong. Like, it was doing quite a bit. So I think you could get away with going like a Moon Dragon or something like that. I think something like this would be more what we would use on that particular type of map. It's way more expensive, but it would let you sort of hit way, way, way harder than we were doing. I kind of am interested in that map. It feels bad to me, that map. I do think it's kind of lame in some ways. Especially given that like things like Queen Bess can apparently fire over those woods. Like, that's kind of stupid. Makes that the sort of like only some things can counter some things, and some armies don't have those things, really feels emphasized in that instance. Alright, who are we up against here? I'm not going to do the Emeric thing on this type of map here. Vampire Coast again. Okay, this is a fairly open map with some woods. I'm going to try doing a woodsman strategy here, I guess. I do kind of want to try another one with this type of mage. I think I'm gonna like really spam Soul Quench this map here. Let's go with the Moon Dragon again. Now let's just go Great Eagle. That way I can sort of get in, throw down like a Soul Quench, just do that over and over and over again. Could get Armor of the Stars, which I think is a really messy thing here, because it's got a sort of active kind of thing going with it. I think that would let me avoid some cannon shots. Might be interesting. We'll give it a try. Okay. I don't think we outshoot them. I'm going to try some Tyrannoc Chariots here again. Actually, no, let's... Which does higher per cost damage, I wonder. Because you have like 50 ammunition on these guys and 111 missile strength, but you've only got 3 people shooting. Or 4? 4 people shooting. Whereas with this one you got 60 people shooting, so it's a lot more hits, basically. It's like 15 times damage. So these guys do cause more damage, but they've got way less ammunition. I think these guys end up being slightly higher because of that. Which is weird to me. Alright. And, yeah, I guess while our woodsmen are doing woodsman-y things, let's actually do some Shadow Warriors. So the Shadow Warriors are going to be, like, because they can't get artillery while they're advancing at the very least, so at least it's something. We're gonna want these guys like upgraded to max here so they can actually fight against Depth Guard and not instantly die. They will die, it's just not, you know, instantly. Wonder how many upcasted Soul Quenchers would be required to kill Queen Bess, because I feel like it's a lot. Alright, so we've got a composition here that's absolutely ridiculous, but I think it might be kind of interesting. I haven't done a Shadow Warrior type build in a while, and they used to be kind of interesting against certain factions. They didn't usually succeed, but they can do pretty good work against certain types of things. I think Shades are just a lot stronger for a similar sort of type of unit, though. Alright, we got some good like hiding spots for like the flanks where I can put some Illyrian Reavers and hopefully sneak around to like any artillery stuff like that while we're harassing them with our archers that should outrange their gunners and stuff like that. It's just that we don't outrange their artillery, so we try and like maybe keep our woodsman type units in here, or we try and like surge forward into this forest. Meanwhile, just gonna spam shots against them with our Archmage. Try and like pick off key targets, assassinate it with those bolts. This could be where Life Leech would be useful. If I could cast it like 10 times on something, that might actually kill something. But this isn't really a death lore type of matchup, I don't think, because I think that's more when you use Fate of Buna. That's when you take death. Alright. So, these guys, we're going to hide them in the woods over here. We'll use them to sort of creep along. We're going to keep our stuff, like, hidden in these woods here.
White Lions!
Even though the Cav, of course, are not going to benefit from that. But these guys, all with their woodsman bonuses, are going to be
Unlimited power!
going a little bit Palpatine on me there. Jeez. Alright.
Shadow
And then
Warrior!
the Shadow Warriors. I'm going to have them sort of like this.
Orders received. I
I can't remember if they actually are invisible. I think, yeah, they are. Okay.
Tyrannok chariots!
Assyrians fire!
Let's actually have them more like this. Turn off fire at will. He might have actually posted up in there. That would be quite unfortunate if that happened. Where do we want to lure him to, I guess, is the question. Probably want to pull him sort of like forward this way so we can slant into him from the side with our woodsman type units. So I think actually here is fine.
Acknowledged!
I don't really want these guys too close together, but it's kind of hard to manage them otherwise. Alright, let's get this started.
Asur Archmage!
I definitely want things on auto skirmish. I'm not good enough at this game to like manage this many units through intense micro. I want a Vanguard deploy up further if I can.
Illyrian Reavers!
There we go.
True magic is mine! So be it!
Advance! Moving out!
Alright, where is like their artillery? Here it is. Deck gunners.
It is my destination!
For order!
Alright, I guess we're gonna try and snipe out some stuff here.
As you say, death to all!
I sally forth! Witness true magic!
Okay, we took out one of the carronades, which is good. Dealing some damage to these deck gunners, which is good.
Shadow Warrior!
Getting flanked by scurvy dogs, which is not good.
Silver Hounds!
Yolifer!
Spellcaster supreme!
Tyrannok chariots!
The winds flow through me!
Without fail!
By your command!
High ready. Defend, Old One.
Gonna try and like catch these guys up a bit. These Mournguls have been hit pretty hard, but our archers have been caught pretty badly. Fortunately, like, they do get some kills on the way out, though, in melee combat, so at least there's that.
Draw back. Move. It shall be done.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's gonna be a game-losing moment for me.
Following orders. It shall be done. Pull back. Battle calls.
Yeah, that broke literally all of that. Oh, that was bad of me. I didn't think that they had that spell for some reason. I don't know why I didn't.
Tyrannok chariots.
Magic's unleashed.
Pull back.
Asuryan sends me.
The thing is, he didn't actually take that much artillery either,
For the White Tower.
which is kind of interesting.
I summon the winds.
The range on this is much farther than I thought it was. I should actually have just... You know what I should have done is actually just really played this from far back.
Lakoi. Yurifa.
Just really let my sort of shooting stuff, like,
Sinner.
take out some of his early things.
Archmage. Led by Hoath.
I think that would have been probably the right call. Did we kill another cannon? I think you can kill a cannon with an unupcasted Soul Quench, which is kind of interesting.
Duty.
So, learning some good stuff here, actually. I think against
Draw back.
High Elves, a lot of these people are taking a lot of, like, dogs. I don't remember seeing very many of those in previous versions of this, which is, you know,
Observe my radiance.
is the way it is, but
Without fail.
a lot of our stuff is sort of back in the fight here a bit.
Asur Archmage.
Why is this such a long cooldown? We did take out another Carronade, though.
It will be done.
I actually want those deck gunners dead more than anything else.
Tyrannok chariots. For Lothan. Acknowledged. We await.
Master of Sorcery.
Okay. We hit a bunch of them. Gunnery White's back there. I didn't realize that's what that was, but doesn't make much of a difference, honestly.
For duty. Without question.
Asur Archmage.
Asa, withdraw. We will obey. Lakoi.
Let's just hit that up there.
Understood. Forward. As you say.
I think these guys don't automatically go onto retreat,
Tyrannok chariots.
which is interesting.
To battle.
The hell's that? Oh, summon. Okay.
Lawyer.
That's some new animations there. Alright, so deck gunner's pretty much gone. Well, joke's on him, there's nothing left here, so...
Full front.
Yeah, that's gonna be army losses.
Back.
Need to keep my cavalry sort of like closer to intercept for those wolves down the flank there. That was a very different sort of fight though than I was expecting, because usually these guys take just tons of missile units, but maybe that's not the meta for them anymore. Because like they haven't done that in a lot of the fights lately. They'll have some cannons and stuff like that, but It seems like they just don't go for shooting, they just go for huge melee spam. Which is weird. They might have buffed some of their units then, because it used to be that, like, the deck zombies were really, really bad. So if they're winning fights with those now, that could be something that changed mechanically for them. I don't know. What map is this? Death Pass. Okay. Alright, so let's try that dragon thing. How much can I afford? Because I don't know if I can actually afford all of that. Okay, up against greenskins. So this will actually, I think, be okay against greenskins. So we take all that. This is where, like, a Lore of Life thing would actually also be really quite strong, but we might have that as backup. Like, if all our dragons are really weakened or something like that, we could always go for that. So Moondragon. I still find these easier to handle, honestly, like, just by quite a bit, but I could afford a bit more if I go like that. We could go for things that are specifically good against, like, halberds or stuff like that, but that kind of is these guys. This is like a zero cap power composition here. We have, like, nothing. Alright. Reinforcing stuff here. Let's get a Lore of Life mage. Okay, so this is going to be a weird, janky thing that I'm doing here, and I don't mind that. I think this is going to be kind of stupid, but yeah, I think what we're doing is bad. I think what we're doing here is just not good, but it might be interesting. We'll find out. Let's throw in a White Line Chariot. I haven't taken one of those, like, ever yet, so... Alright. Yeah, this is pretty much all in. I'm doing as close as I could to that, like, 20 dragon army that you were saying. Just, you know, you can't actually take... Well, if I took dragon princes, that's kind of like... You know, they dressed up their horses. Their horses are like scalies, so... It's like... I wonder what you would call it if you had, like, an animal that was dressed up like another animal. Because you wouldn't call those furries, would you? Especially not if they're pretending to not be, like, horses or whatever. They're pretending to be lizards. Probably doesn't worth... it's probably not worth thinking about. Let's be real here. Okay. I'm trying to remember what the artillery is. Bolt throwers would be the counter to this, I think, if they had, like, enough of them, I guess. Like, I don't know. Yeah, they're cosplay dragons. They've got, you know, I could have an entire army of cosplay dragons plus 3 real dragons. You know, it would be kind of like that. It's close enough. It's close enough. They're just horsing around. Yeah, basically. Dragon Princes are actually really good. I haven't been taking them as much in this version, and I don't know why, honestly. This is so much smaller than the Wood Elf that was doing the same thing. Like, my shit is so much more expensive. I do know that Imric can, like, solo 3, like, Wood Elf dragons. Well, not 3 of them, but he can beat the crap out of, like, a lot of Wood Elf dragons. So, yeah, if I activate sort of all of these abilities, like all 3 of these at once, whatever the hell's near him is going to just get wrecked, so...
Orders received. Make Ulthuan proud! For the dragons!
Alright, what do we got here? Is this Wurzag? That's Wurzag. Seeing some Black Orcs back there. They look like things I want to breathe on. I'm also seeing the game freeze. Yeah, that is just frozen. Cool. He like took one look at my armies, just like, you know, this pisses me off so much. I'm just gonna crash the game. That's what he said. That's what my opponent was like. Just immediately. I'm glad I did take a Lore of Life mage as a backup though, because like Warzag is a Lore of Death mage that is probably just gonna try and assassinate my dudes. I don't think he can actually pull it off very well, but especially not when the game's frozen. Like that makes it much less likely. Alright, starting to tick over again. That's lovely. Just gonna have you guys all shoot at Warzag.
Master of battle.
He might Fate of Buna my chariots, but I don't think that's the most effective target. Okay, what is going on? Is this my internet or is this his internet? That's the question.
Taking position.
Okay, well, apparently it was his. I'm guessing it was his. Let's see, he had Warzag. I think that's a Black Orc War Boss. A couple of Black Orcs. He had 3 units of the Night Goblin Archers, which would have been annoying, but not that bad. Orc Boys. And Wolf Riders. And his backup army was a lot of stuff. He didn't have enough Biggins in his initial army. That would be what counters this. Just a big old blob of Biggins that's standing on the point. Although I'd probably be able to burn them down pretty badly. Okay, well. Oh well. Just gonna quickly check something here. Nope, okay. Wonder if you're a different faction, how many monsters you could reasonably take, or unreasonably take even. Because there's some that have ground-based monsters where you can take them even if you're at the air cap. Howls just don't have any ground monsters. I'd have to switch to like Dark Elves or something, I guess, and go Hydras. I don't think I could go all monsters with anyone except maybe Lizard Men. Yeah, maybe Lizard Men can do it, I don't know. Battle for Itza. What was this one again? Yeah, the big... Yeah, that one. Okay. This one I don't really feel like is a great map for that one. This one's a really good artillery map. Probably get shot down too easily. This one's going to be up against Kislev. I feel like we can actually play this like as a sort of conventional battle for once. It's the only problem again would be if he's got like a bunch of artillery, but I feel like going for that Lore of High Magic Great Eagle one, that actually worked out pretty well in some ways. I actually really liked that build. And just being able to like cast Soul Quenches and stuff. It's very cost-effective use of magic, I think. I'm gonna actually sort of battle line this one. Background, we might want some Silver Helms. Might even want Dragon Princes here. I haven't taken them in a while, but one of the things I'm actually worried about is like his stupid yeah, sorry. No, this one's Kislev, yeah. Yeah, one of the things I'm kind of worried about are actually his chariots. They're kind of powerful, but you can deal a lot of damage to those with the Eagle Claw bolt throwers, actually. Take a unit of Rangers, I guess. Just have them around. I don't know why I keep taking this unit. They're garbage. Alright. You know what? Actually, get rid of that. Get rid of one of them. Wait, what? Oh, this is why. Okay. Get one of these guys. And one of these guys. Okay, so like that. Just in case I have to crack through some armored Kossars or something like that. Because you never know. I think we definitely take like 2 princes. Both of them on horses. So that we maintain the bonus versus large. I don't need the Armor of Stars on either of them. Sacred Incense is fine. And then I think we actually get some more Dragon Prince. A little bit more of that. I think actually we get a little bit more artillery, and we get some more archers, and we get some more of these guys. Fill in the rest of that sort of stuff. I think this is pretty good. I think this is okay. I'm gonna drop one of these so I can get one of them. Drop another one so I can get another one of them, and then 700 points left over for... Sure. Kislev, another army I haven't seen in a while. I don't really know what they're going to be up to. What sort of shenanigans. Actually, let's... Unready. I'm going to try and get Arcane on Forging here. What if I just did this? I keep complaining that the Rangers are useless, and they are, but... Oh, that's so close. Oh, I don't need that. Alright, well... Back to useless. Alright. Yeah, the thing that would be scary for this one, I think, is probably a lot of Kislev Chariots or something like that. I feel like they buffed Vortex spells. It used to be you'd like get hit by one of them, like Pit of Shades or something like that, and it would do virtually nothing. I did hear that they were supposed to be buffing them, though, because they were pretty useless in Warhammer 2. So them getting like to the point where they're actually kind of scary if I clump up the way I have been is probably actually a good thing. It's just I'm not used to that being that way. They also did nerf things like Pendulum, I noticed, and they did say they were going to do that as well. They still seem pretty deadly, though. Still seem like they're causing some mayhem. Fortunate thing is, if he does go for a bunch of those stupid cannons, they're actually a little bit less deadly than some of the other variants of that. Like, the only one that's worse is the Khorne one.
Eagle Claw!
They don't just, like, smash into you and, like, instantly kill all of your units like Best does. Or the Hell Cannon's even actually also pretty scary.
Acknowledged.
Loyal! White Lions!
Understood.
Dragon Princes are definitely going to be a hidden reserve sort of unit near my artillery stuff. I need to activate them earlier and faster, but
Sir Archmage.
that's sort of what I want them there for.
Lothern Seaguard. Loyal. Eagle Claw.
I think the thing that I'm going to end up firing at with these guys is probably going to mostly be infantry. Even though, like, I'm actually quite intimidated by, like, the Bear Cavalry and stuff like that. Because I think they do pretty well against the Fireborn in a lot of ways. But those are the kinds of units I'm going to try and pick off with Soul Quench and Arcane and Forging.
Sir Archmage.
Because this actually does pretty well against that type of unit.
I am sent.
Yeah, so immediately starting off against, like, Armored Cossars here.
It will be done. For duty. Advance. We go.
True magic is mine.
Getting some okay damage against both of those guys pretty much right away. Dervishes are what he's got out there.
Magic's
Try and hit her with a Soul Quench. So Winged Lancers on that flank.
Sir Archmage. Horef guides me.
I didn't hit her that hard with that, unfortunately.
We will obey. Moving out.
By your command! Without fail! Asur, attack!
Lakoy.
Destiny sends me.
Double dervishes on that side.
Eagle Claw.
Asa, move!
Fourth one!
Illyrian Reavers! Acknowledged! Orior! It shall be done! Swiftly! Illyrian Reavers! It shall be done! For Ulthuan!
Asur Archmage! I go for Ulthuan!
Illyrian Reavers! Spearman!
Alright, so kind of got him in a spot that's not that terrible, although we did just immediately get wrecked by something.
Archmage! Witness true magic!
Fireball! Attack! Eagle Claw!
I think our Eagle Claw is just sort of like on fire auto. I don't think it's on anything in particular, which is fine at this point. White Lions are what we need here.
Northern Sea Guard! Moving out! As
Kind
you
of
say!
off of that.
Asur, move!
Where I predicted!
Illyrian Reavers! To the
The thing about Kosovoite dervishes is that Illyrian Reavers do actually like beat them pretty badly, even on even numbers.
Acknowledge.
Let's get these Streltsy over here.
Ancestors.
At once! For Ulthuan!
We will obey.
Okay, I need to get you guys on your machines again.
For Lothan!
Ooh, Fireborn are taking some poundings here.
Asur Archmage! I summon the winds! Unlimited power!
Still going some Palpatine here. I like that line. It's just, you know, such uncharacteristic stuff. Alright, Fear procced there. Great.
Orders received. Forward.
Alright, looks like we're getting hit by spell spam over here, which is not ideal.
Then Sea Guard.
The Streltsy are doing a great job against me somehow.
Understood!
Got knocked off our machines again.
Loyal!
For duty. Understood.
Without fail! It shall be done!
Asturians fire! My journey continues.
We're probably going to have to recall up the Fireborn soon, but you know what, that's
Shall be
fine.
done. It will be done!
Oh, crap.
Illyrian Reavers! Asur forward!
Alright. At least we got the charge off there, but
Dragon Princess! We away! Weapons ready!
let's hit these armored Kossars here. Hard as we can.
As you say.
Acknowledged!
Behold my power!
Asur, withdraw! For duty! Ancestors!
Draw back.
As you say!
To the fray.
Dragon Princess! Make Ulthuan proud!
Gotta avoid hitting these Streltsy with these guys. Let's
For Ulthuan!
try and shoot down
Surian.
Streltsy.
By Alariel!
Charge against those armored Kossars went great. I think a bunch of his units are going like
Disciple of Hoenn,
unbreakable here. Gonna try and kill Tsarina.
observe my radiance!
Dreadful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points.
Yep.
Take it back.
Okay, grab one of these guys.
Son of Ulfwood.
Going after that.
Acer Archmage! Carried by the winds!
White Lions! Sinner!
Get after these guys. I do need these guys to go back down in cost here.
Noble. It is done.
The winds flow through me!
Also, had dervishes getting the reinforcements up there.
Magic's unleashed!
Acer! Withdraw!
Acer Archmage! A prudent
Okay, I'm just gonna do a
decision.
guaranteed kill here. Managed to finally crack through their crusty exterior.
Fail.
Took us a long bloody time.
Seaguard! Understood!
Archers, to the fray.
As you say!
Gonna uncall the Fireborn so I can get them back in a little bit.
Orders received.
Got one of these guys needs to come back in.
Glorious! You have killed an enemy lord.
Perfect.
Acer Archmage!
Onward!
For Assyrian.
Let's hit the Zargard here.
Mage ready! It is my goal!
Sinner. Direct me. Eagle Claw. Battle calls.
Defending order! Following orders!
Okay.
March!
The only problem here is I'm gonna run out of time before I can actually capture everything I need to capture,
For duty!
I suspect.
We away! For Assyrian! Sail!
Okay, I can get this guy back.
Illyrian Reavers!
Weaver of the winds! Archmage repositioning! Unleash havoc!
Can I be praised?
Lines on this lady are kind of aggressive though.
It shall be done. Without fail, we will obey. Asa, advance!
Acer Archmage!
Alright, so our cav here is cleaned up,
One proud!
which is nice.
For all Ulthuan!
For Ulthuan!
For great Assyrian!
Those are dervishes again.
Orders received.
Northern Seaguard! We will obey!
Okay. Well, we're not so behind in points that I'm completely screwed here though.
Fireball! To battle!
Acer Archmage!
Oh, these are Streltsy.
In
Okay.
Horus' name! Witness true magic!
Without fail! We will obey! Eagle Claw!
Are these guys out of ammo? I think they're out of ammo. Wow. Okay.
Understood.
These guys have been pretty important for me, like fighting their elite infantry.
The king.
And they have been taking quite a lot of elite infantry.
Rapid advance! Yes!
Acer Archmage!
It will be done!
Noble.
White Lions! As you say!
Alright, those Zargard are pretty much done for here.
Archers, as you say.
These guys are pretty much done for here. I think I need to retreat with these guys though.
Illyrian Reavers!
Alright, we're kind of on him here though.
Attack! Eagle Claw. By Alariel!
Without fail.
Okay, we've just about captured this. I need to capture faster.
Spearman. Onward.
Noble!
As you say. Ancestors.
Let's get another one of these dudes.
Assur Noble. For honor. Dragon Princess.
Just gonna suicide charge some of these guys into things.
Can I be praised? We will obey. At once. Apace. Orders received. Kill them.
Okay.
Noble! Understood!
By Alariel. Fireball. For Assyrian. Awaiting orders.
Move!
I think this one's out. Okay, we'll send it back. This one he's holding on to like with his fingernails like just dug straight in there. Alright, these guys need out. Need more of these. Just infantry to send on points.
Assyrian guides us!
And actually, probably should be spears.
Spearmen! Move!
Assur Archmage.
Can hit these guys with this.
Behold my power.
Lakoi. Moving out. Acknowledged. We advance. Spearman.
The most potent spells.
Okay. Is this capped? Not quite. It's getting close, though.
It shall be done. For Oswan. Illyrian Reavers. By your command. For order. Battle calls. Euryther. Noble. Very well.
Let's keep splattering those guys there.
Master of sorcery.
I wish I had a little bit more.
Noble! Moving out! Assur!
But
You have the
Got it.
foe's victory point.
Sign up. Illyrian
got them there. Smack into them here.
As you say!
Streltsy.
To all!
Does he have Streltsy spears here, I wonder? I can't tell.
Brave and true!
Right away.
Either way, this is working great. I'm pretty happy with our results so far.
Archers! We must retire!
Need to get more armor crackers on the points.
Lions! We
We're
away!
ahead on points now compared to him.
Fireball.
Poeth guides me.
Still like half a unit Fireborn here. I might as well boost him up a bit. These Cossars are gonna finish off our dude here, I think. But you know what? That's fine.
For duty. We will obey.
For duty! Make of one proud! Without fail!
These guys are just sitting there. Okay, well, just let them.
Dragon
Bring out
Princess.
another one of these guys. Just keep bringing stuff out at this point.
It will be done. Euryther.
Kill them.
Move. Without fail. Illyrian
Gonna recall these guys so I can get them back out in the field in a bit.
We away. For the king.
Gonna have her heal herself, 'cause she's a bit low on health here.
Observe my
And we're pretty much out of
radiance.
Winds of Magic, unfortunately.
Back.
Just gonna do that, even though it does nothing here.
I summon the winds.
To the fray!
Alright. Oh, what the heck? Oh god, why?
Moving
Oh no. They were on an attack order for a unit that just fled, so just decided to walk up and have a nice sort of hello. You know what? How about some point blank?
Warrior!
You guys want to get shot like real point blank here?
Ready and able. Seal.
Loyal! Kill them! Eagle Claw!
I think we'll just try and retreat back with these guys a bit.
Spellcaster Supreme.
Alright, it's still ours.
It will be done. Sinner!
Alright, we should actually be real close to winning this one. I can keep getting stuff out, but I kind of want to actually have a bit of a reserve just in case.
Apace.
Got like Cav chasing him down there. Alright, let's get another one of these things and not run it forward quite as much. We'll run it forward a little bit. These poor guys are just like, run away! Oh god, why?
Fireball.
There's so much Cav chasing after them.
Acer Archmage.
These guys aren't armored Kosars, so they're kind of like not that scary. There we go.
Unending glory is yours.
Yeah. These Dragon Princes are something I need to probably take more often. Look at what the Fireborn did. I did some of them twice, though, so it's not like that's actually indicative. Yeah, they weren't even cost-effective, but still, it feels pretty good. Pretty good damage out of the Mage. I actually got a lot of support from that, so that's kind of fine. The White Lion units summoned multiple times, so not actually efficient. Bolt throwers were good. Spearmen were garbage as usual. Loth and Seaguard were pretty good, actually. Regular Dragon Princes were probably technically more cost-effective, just because they cost a lot less, and we got almost as much out of them. Other White Lions did pretty well. I kept summoning these guys over and over, so I think that they're a little bit overvalued, but like not much. They're still pretty good. One of our bolt throwers we ran into melee because we're idiots. I am using we here because I want to sort of dilute the blame across like multiple people here. Alright, where are we? Arnheim. Okay. And what are we up against? Up against Kislev again. Okay, this might be the same person, actually. I really like this combo. I think it's a pretty good one. I don't really find I need this that badly. So we got a super like budget general when we do it this way. I just wish there was a way for me to do that and have like more magic reserve available, because you really don't get much magic reserve anymore. I feel like that actually got like cut down compared to what it used to be. You guys have this one increases like the reserves, right? Oh, phone's beeping about something. Yeah, this increases the reserves. That's interesting. Well, either way, it's not something we're going to worry too much about at the moment here. This is, again, a similar kind of map as the previous one. I think we go with similar sort of principles here. I do think we needed more armor crackers than we had last time. A lot of armored Kosars. So, I think this is fine. It's so close to being able to do something. What if we just did regular Dragon Princes, honestly? No, I do like the Fireborn, being able to sort of counter specific types of things that I can't normally counter. Let's get rid of one of you guys, I guess, for now, and we'll just summon one in fairly early. And we'll replace that with that, and then this. Okay. these mobility guys. Over the armor. Keep the sacred incense. Might actually need 3 of these guys. Alright. I think we keep that. I think we take some archers. No, actually, we were going to have some dragon princes. Or, not dragon princes, some more of these guys. A little bit more armor cracking. Let's actually get rid of you and get even more armor cracking. Because of the armor cossars being a thing, I'm going to do that. What was my phone beeping about here? Nothing. Okay. I don't know why I don't use Dragon Princes more often these days. Like, they're very, very powerful. Compared to the standard Silver Helms. Yeah, if you take the bear cannon thing, I kind of want to see if, like, an overcasted soul quench is still a really good thing to hit that with. Because it used to be that you could practically one-shot that kind of cannon with soul quench. Or, like, an overcasted fireball or any of those sort of things. If you hit the thing directly, it would practically, like, destroy one of those big, expensive cannon-y type units, just leaving you with a bit of the crew. I think that got nerfed, honestly. I don't think that that's true anymore. But in the sort of instances where you can hit it with those kinds of spells and it deals lots of damage, then if we can get rid of it that way, that would be great. Alright, this map is janky as hell. Usually people either sort of like send a small detachment up to the top side, or they just commit everything up there, or they do all sorts of weird stuff with it, but it's kind of a weird place. If we keep them up here for now, that would be a way to protect them.
Flow through me.
Orders received. Lothern Seaguard.
Assor Archmage.
Okay, we don't even reach, like, past the halfway point here. That's kind of crazy. We do want to have these guys pushed up a little bit here. Probably at least to, like, maybe here.
Without fail.
If needs be.
We'll just have that sort of basic setup. I'll try and redeploy them when I get to the front, but I'll probably forget. I usually do. Oh, yeah. No, I kind of thought you were, but, yeah, I'm trying to focus on games for some reason. Mr. Pot Farmer. I'm not a pot farmer.
We
All right.
go. Forward.
I see my path.
Massa forward.
Yeah, he's got the cannons there. Little Grom, that's what it's called.
Magic's unleashed.
Okay, so we're gonna give that a try. Get...
White Lions.
Master of sorcery.
Eagle Claw.
It hit pretty hard, but unfortunately did not kill Little Grom there. I'm gonna actually focus fire it. I want it kind of dead. The range on Soul Quench is kind of good, actually.
duty! Onward! Asa, move! We go!
We
Ouch.
are the
Okay,
wind.
something's hitting me.
White Lions,
It's legal now? I know. Doesn't mean I'm going to.
defending order.
It is my destination.
Okay.
Eagle Claw!
So I think Little Grom is only going to take a little bit more damage before the actual Little Grom itself is destroyed. Yeah, we're hitting it quite hard, honestly.
Lothern Seaguard! We away!
I will.
Fireball!
Ouch. Okay, well that sucked.
Kill them!
Witness true
Calcified
magic.
dervishes.
By your command!
Acknowledged.
Fireball! Gulliver! By alarm!
Yeah, actually we're okay with that. Alright.
Observe my radiance.
Steel!
Assyrians fire.
Okay. Oh man, this map is not good for that purpose. Okay.
Illyrian Reavers!
Led by Hoeth.
Alright.
Death to all! For duty!
Assur Archmage.
For order!
Disciple of Hoeth. Move it.
She's using abilities to like hit me with her bullshit, sort of equivalent to what I do.
Illyrian Reavers! Spearmen!
Oh, I should have been doing this a lot earlier.
Acknowledged!
Assur, withdraw.
Admittedly, happy to have gotten the cap there.
Following my destiny. Behold my hour.
Alright, start getting these units as they're coming in. We want the armored Kossars getting taken down by these, though.
Lothern Seaguard.
God damn it. Okay, I don't think I charged with these guys. I think I just ran into them. Oh, maybe I charged, actually.
Archers. Kill them.
Assyrian willing!
Assyrian sends me.
Okay.
Dragon Princes!
Assur, advance.
I want to get around and hit these Streltsy here.
Attack.
Assur Archmage. Victory is destined. The most potent spells. I summon the winds.
You have
Bit of a hit there.
foe's victory point.
So I think Zarina actually loses to me here.
Lothern Seaguard. Kill
Fire at the regular
them.
Kossars.
Orior.
Bolt throwers need to be firing at the Zargard.
For order! For Ulthuan!
Understood.
Those Kossovite dervishes again? Yep.
Swiftly. As you say. By Alariel.
And we're gonna heal ourselves here. So that we're even a little bit tougher.
Magic.
Let's get you guys out. I haven't been like bringing in any troops.
As you say. Forward.
Do want to get
Illyrian Reavers! Sail!
are those winged lancers on ship.
Claws!
Okay, we're gonna have to be a bit careful about that.
Eradicate them.
I think he hit his own units a bit with this as well, so
High Mage
it's not as bad as it could have been.
Pull back.
Assur Fury.
Alright.
We will obey.
Okay, his winged lancers didn't charge, so managed to get a clean hit against him there.
Make Ulthuan proud! Draw back! Archers! As you say, sail! Dauntless!
I'm gonna type the Zargard with these guys. Oh, what the heck?
Trill magic is mine.
Woeful
Observe
tidings.
my
The enemy has
radiance.
captured one of your victory
Okay, we killed their
points.
general though.
Take it back.
I will not tarry.
Jeez. Alright.
Loyal! It shall be done!
Draw back. Lothern Seaguard.
Archers! Orders received!
Okay, the distance between the points here. My rap name? That's a good question.
Without fail!
Yeah, I don't actually have a good answer for that, honestly.
Without fail! Sinner!
Dragon Princes.
We go! To the fray!
Yeah, I don't listen to a ton of rap, so I don't have great like references for what a rap name would be.
Death to all!
Definitely would be like, I would definitely be not somebody who fits well into that sort of like community, I don't think. I don't really feel like I belong there.
Attack!
Maybe something that plays off that or something like that.
Spearmen.
Unlimited power.
I love that she says that. That's so good to me. Yeah, I could go with that sort of thing. Just,
For duty.
that's kind of like a long time ago, that kind of thing.
By your command.
We will obey!
It shall be done.
I don't mind old references. That's a little bit too much of an old reference.
Lothern Seaguard.
Okay.
Assyrian guides us.
Yeah, we're crushing this one, honestly.
Orders received. We must retire.
I think this is I think this might actually be a high elf advantage matchup. To a certain extent.
Assar noble! All for one! Draw back! Moving out! Lothern Seaguard! Assyrian guides us! For duty! For the Ever Queen!
Without fail.
Alright, we're gonna recall these guys.
To the fray. We away. White Lions.
I shall! At once!
Acknowledged. Lacoy. Quickly now. Excellent.
Seeking
If I could get a good flank shot with a soul quench here, that would actually probably deal a lot of damage to them.
Can I be praised?
Lothern Seaguard!
Loyal. To battle.
Gonna do a quick charge there, and then I'm gonna swing back down on these guys. Obviously, we're not gonna win this fight fair, so we're gonna have to push through the highest elf. Sounds like a great way to get beat up. Is my opponent quitting? Oh, yep.
I knew it. Unending glory.
Well, that's kind of a given battle, though. I think we knew what was happening there. This wasn't bad. A lot of our units were not super efficient, but the ones that were... Oh, wow, those guys actually did very little. It's kind of surprising. I think I killed their general with my general, just outright. Regular Dragon Princes did really well. Those guys did really well. White Lions were doing really well. I think White Lions do great against Kislev, just because like they got that missile resistance and they've got the good damage against armored units, and they sort of tear through like armored Kossars, and regular Kossars are not very good at melee combat, so that ended up being pretty good. This thing actually lasted longer than I was hoping it would, but we got rid of it pretty quickly, I guess. Never summoned in the Bear Cav, which is unfortunate. You always want to see Bear Cavalry. I think the problem is like he keeps calling in like Kossars over and over and over again, and they're not very good. Like Kossars lose to Illyrian Reavers pretty badly. DJ Face Shove. I bet there's already a DJ Face Shove. That feels like there's gotta already be one of those. What time is it? It is past 4. I think I've got to get going pretty soon here. I'm just gonna take a quick look at something. I want to figure out like how much higher the like Dragon Prince's stats are compared to like the Silver Helms. I know it's quite a bit, but let's see here. It's 600 hit points. God damn it. 600 hit points, 20 armor, 13 leadership. It's only 2 melee attack, 12 weapon strength. That 12 weapon strength I think is where a lot of the difference comes from. Because weapon strength is a huge determinant of how fast you're killing stuff. I think these got, yeah, they've also got martial mastery instead of the other ones. They've actually got like even more attack compared to these guys. It's like 12, it's another 6, okay. So total of 8. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, like, if I was going to actually do... If I actually was capable of doing, like, rap stuff, I would make it a novelty, like, Halloween-only one, and I'd call myself DJ Funkenstein. And not because I think that's a good, like, DJ or rapper name or whatever, but because I think I want to really make, like, a D&D character that's named DJ Funkenstein. I think that would be just a really fun character to make. Unfortunately, no DM has ever, like, been like, yeah, that's an okay character for you to make in my game. I've never really asked though, but I've never seen a situation where it would be appropriate as a character in a campaign. One of these days. Yeah, I think that actually like Hyles have really good tools against Kislev. I think that that's a matchup that actually kind of favors High Elves, because like Little Grom is the only artillery that Kislev really has, and it's a terrible artillery piece against most factions. Like you use it against very niche things. I think he'd actually be better off if he was spamming war sleds, but they nerfed them pretty hard, so they don't really do what they used to do anymore. Maybe snow leopards? No. Campaign in a haunted theme park? Yeah. Like, if you work hard enough, you can kind of make any character concept work in any sort of campaign, as long as you sort of modulate what you're doing with them a little bit. But, yeah, that character would be a fun one to play, I think. Because it would be like a bard that, like, animates skeletons and zombies and stuff like that, and they'd be dancing. It'd be like Thriller. It'd be a lot like Thriller. He's trying to like stitch together the pieces of long forgotten dead songs into like the master song or something like that, a Franken song, sort of thing. I guess a Funkin song would actually be what you're doing there. In any event, though, yeah, I'm looking at sort of the roster here. Like, actually, are these guys anti-large? No, they're not. Yeah, okay. It's the Kossars with spears that are anti-large. That's what it is. Yeah. I don't see a ton of great units for the matchup here. Like, Armored Kossars are probably one of the best units that they have for, like, playing against High Elves. I think that's probably one of their best choices, and I can see why they were taking it. I don't know if that's actually enough to, like, win, though. That's the debut album. Funkin' Song, yeah. I feel like there's probably already a person who's called that, though. I feel like that's probably already taken. It's gotta be. Alright, either way, though, I am going to head out now, because it is time for me to go. But, yeah, this was a fun one. I feel like I'm learning, like, a lot. I won a lot more of my games today than I won, like, on Monday. Like, I lost pretty much everything on Monday, so I am learning, clearly. But, yeah, there's still a lot for me to figure out what the hell I'm doing here. In any event, though, yeah, hope you found this one enjoyable. I'll be back again next Monday, and, yeah, hope to see you guys all next time.